Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog, and first of all, Happy New Year. This is the first vlog that I'm recording in 2025, so I want to thank you all first of all for all of your support and encouragement throughout 2024, and I'm wishing you all a very happy and prosperous 2025. I am currently in the town of Bridgnorth in Shropshire, and I've basically come here really just to have a bit of a walk around and to test out a new lens that I bought. The new lens that I bought is the 24 to 105mm f4 RF L series lens, and I bought it really because I felt like I needed to have it within my kit bag, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a little while, and I'll show you the lens as well. But in the meantime, why don't you consider subscribing to the channel? It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps my channel grow going forward in the future, so I really appreciate that. Cheers. I'm currently in the castle grounds of Bridgnorth itself. It's the only place I can really find to stop and set up this vlog and start doing some video recording, so I'm going to move on in just a little moment, try and take some photos around Bridgnorth itself. It's such a small town and it's not very easy to photograph around here, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. I managed to find a quiet spot here where there didn't seem to be anybody around, but ever since I've started filming, it's like flies around shit, to be quite honest with you. Every time I try and start a little bit of talking to camera, somebody wants to be within the shot, and I thought I was well out of the way of people. I managed to find myself a little bench at the side of a path, and I'm right out of the way, but I still seem to get people invading the shot. So it looks like I'm going to have to move on from here if I want to get anything done at all. But I'm in Bridgnorth. Not far from where I'm standing there is a cliff railway, just a few hundred yards along the path. Like I said, I'm also in the castle grounds, but there are people in the grounds as well, so I can't do any filming or photographing here. But also then, just across the main road from where I'm standing now, there's also the start of the Severn Valley Railway, and the station here at Bridgnorth is absolutely beautiful, so I might even pop over there and see if I can get a couple of photos over there as well. But for now, I'm just going to head off and have a look around the town. I'm currently filming with the Canon EOS R8 as opposed to my old RP. I've still got the RP at home, but I just haven't brought it out with me at all today, so I'm filming with the R8, and I'm going to be taking photos with that as well once I get the lens out and start shooting some photos. So I've decided to get a little bit out of the way because obviously other people aren't going to get out of my way, and I'm going to find it more and more difficult to keep recording video footage while there's others around, but I'm going to do my best anyway. So I've managed to cop myself a little spot up here on a little side street out of the way, and here is the new lens I've bought. As you can see, it's the Canon EOS RF 24 to 105 lens that I bought, and the reason I bought it really because when I bought the R8 camera way back in October of 2024, I also bought the 24 to 50mm f4.5 kit lens. I'm just walking down some steps here, down from the castle walls, the walkway that I was walking up there, and I'm hoping that these steps will take me down to the bottom station for the cliff railway that I was just photographing and I was talking about. I want to try and get some video footage of that as well before I catch that train, and I think I'm going to catch the train back up the hill and have a look around the high town here in Bridgnorth. I found myself using the 24 to 50mm lens quite a lot more often than I expected that I would for photography, and it seemed to come out of my bag every time I went out the house with it. So that got me thinking that maybe I needed the 24mm in the kit bag anyway. However, what I also realised was that the 24 to 50mm didn't cover the gap between 50mm and the 100mm that I have on my 100 to 400mm lens. So in order to fill that space, what I wanted to do was get another lens that would literally fill that space, as I said, and the 24 to 105 was perfect, because obviously then it fills the gap between 50 and 100mm quite nicely. But also, obviously, with using the 24 to 50mm more often than I thought I would, then the obvious scenario is that the 24 to 105 becomes a lens that I will use more and more often. So that was really the real reason why I bought it, to fill that gap, and because I knew at that point that it would be something that I would be using more and more regularly. I've come down to the River Severn, as you can see, right next to me. The river is quite fast flowing, and it's also quite high at the moment, because obviously we're in the middle of winter and there's been a lot of rain over the last few weeks anyway, so it's quite a high and fast flowing river at the moment. But just behind me there's a bridge over the river, and I think there's a nice shot of that bridge here using the 24 to 105mm lens. And I'm going to take a photo of this while I'm here, but then I think this path also runs along to the bridge, and I think I can get back onto the bridge from there. I was going to film and photograph the Cliff Railway, but as I've come down to the bottom of it, to the bottom station, there's nowhere to get a viewpoint of it from the actual station itself. There's a much better viewpoint at the top station, so when I go back up there in a little while, then I'll take some video footage of that. The path along here is very narrow and very uneven, and I don't even know for sure if I can actually get through to the road bridge itself. I'm having a look now, and it may well be possible, but it is a little bit ropey trying to get through here. So I'm going to give it a try anyway, but I hope you like the image that I've just taken. What I discovered though was that the sunlight behind the bridge is giving it a very silhouetted look, and I'm not sure that was necessarily the look I was going for, so I'm going to try and get to the other side and see if there's a better shot there with the light actually on the bridge this time. So that's obviously going to be a bit better. I mean, obviously you can see here the bridge behind me, and it is quite well lit up because of the sunlight, and it obviously looks a little overexposed from here. But obviously once I get the lens out and switch back to stills photography, then I can reduce the exposure on that bridge. But for now, whilst I'm focused on myself, I want the exposure to be correct for me. So yeah, the 24 to 105mm lens just fits the gap that I wanted to fill within my kit bag. But also it means now that I've got the full Holy Trinity of lenses. I'm going to take this shot first of all, and then I'll talk more about the Holy Trinity of lenses in just a moment. Now you'll hear landscape photographers, myself included, talk about the Holy Trinity of lenses on a regular basis. Basically what you have is, you want to have a wide angle lens or an ultra wide angle lens in a lot of cases, such as my 14 to 35, which I'm currently filming on. And the idea of that is that you can then capture those wide open spaces, those big mountainous regions, those beautiful lakeland vistas that you want to capture, that always look beautiful with a wide angle lens. But also you then want to have a lens with a longer zoom, so that when you can't reach those certain areas, such as the tops of mountains where you're at the foot of a mountain and it's difficult to get to the top of it and still capture a photograph, or where you want to get zoomed in and get closer to your subject. Basically, you want to have that longer lens. So in my case, I've got the 100mm to 400mm. Now obviously, as well as that, you also then need to have something in between that 35mm and 100mm, so that you fill that gap, which is what I've been talking about earlier. And that's why I've decided to go with the 24 to 105. Now, initially when I bought the R8 camera and I bought the 24 to 50, that 24 to 50mm lens that I bought with the camera actually started to fill some of that gap between 35mm and 100mm. Didn't fully fill it, and that's what I was trying to do with the 24 to 105. But also, I think the image quality at the 24 to 105 is obviously going to be a lot better than the 24 to 50. Although when I tested the 24 to 50 myself, when I first got it in Stratford-upon-Avon, I was quite impressed with the image quality and the quality of the footage that came out of that camera. I should put a link at the end of this video to the video I did in Stratford-upon-Avon when I first used the 24 to 50mm kit lens, because I think it's interesting to have a look at that as well. But for now, I'm going to go up onto the Cliff Railway and get up to the top station and then take some video footage there. I want to also see if I can take video footage using the 24 to 105, because I think the footage from that is going to be a little bit better than the 24 to 50. So I'm going to head off up there now. You notice that bridge just there behind me? I've just crossed that. It spans a very busy main road, and every time I go across that bridge I always feel a little bit nervous about walking across it anyway. It's quite a long span across that road and it's quite high up, and I'm always nervous about falling off. Across on the other side of that bridge though, you can see the greenery behind it, and that is the cliff where the Cliff Railway goes up and down. It's only a very short journey, it only takes a couple of minutes, but that is also where the path is that I walked around the castle walls. And as you can see, there's no real castle up there now, there's just the odd little bit of ruin at the very top, but that's it. There's no actual castle to speak of. But I'm going to have to cross that bridge again in a short while once I've taken a picture here. But the main reason I've come here is because as I turn round on the opposite side of the bridge, this is the Severn Valley Railway station here at Bridgnorth. So I'm going to see if I can get a couple of shots around here and then head back over the bridge and go and find some lunch. So, as is always the case, my wireless microphone is just about dead. So, I'm going to leave the vlog here for now. I took a few photos around Bridgnorth railway station here at the Severn Valley Railway. And I quite like the images. I hope you like them. If you've enjoyed today's vlog, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and please also remember to subscribe to the channel, because like I said earlier, that really helps me going forward. And I wish you all a happy new year and good luck for 2025. Bye for now.